Lord Mayor. Repairing community relationship, indeed we should, we must. You this morning might have planted a small seed by attending the Eid prayer. I received a phone call before I came to council meeting tonight. Just over 3,500 people were attending at Westgate Centre for Sport. So it's, I suppose, in our way, taking steps, small steps as such, is making those fragile. I won't say it's broken. I'll say it is fragile, and this is coming from a victim. You've heard, colleagues, everyone, you've heard from lots of colleagues about the stats post EU referendum, the impact it's having. Today, I celebrated Eid al-Fitr. It's the day immediately after the 30 days of fasting that all Muslims have been fasting. And ideally, I would have been at home celebrating with my family, but I couldn't not attend this very special meeting today, especially when I found out about this particular motion that's going on, and I thank Councillor Faulkner for bringing this, then subsequently the amended motion that's coming in. As a victim, and I say as a victim, I do believe Newcastle is a safe city. It is fragile now, and I am very scared. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to come to the council meeting today, not spending time with my family, is because I wanted to pay respect to somebody that I don't know, but all of a sudden I feel as though I know them deeply personally, and that is somebody who is like us, Joe Cox, who has been butchered to death. I've got colleagues, I'm going to find this quite difficult, so bear with us. I don't know Joe's children, but I feel their pains, and I feel I'm more connected with them. I know they're very young. I migrated here with my mom back in 1986 with all my brothers. I love my mom dearly. She is my role model, and she is the face that I see and I need to see when I'm suffering. And for the past 30 years, I have been suffering. I was in the brink of mental breakdown, and one of my colleagues is here when I worked for North Tyneside Council, going back in 2003, 2004. It was a period when it was very difficult for me. And I'd like to share this with everyone. Wallsend was where I was based, working, because every one of us goes through a period where they have suffered in more than many different ways. Joe's children are very tender. I cannot recall ever seeing my dad. The only thing that I found out was on the 19th of May 1977, having just arrived in Newcastle, moving from London, in Wallsend, working in his restaurant that he established with his brother. 10 days of his life into Newcastle, he was butchered to death, stabbed to death at that restaurant, trying to earn a living to feed his children. Now that's victims. That's how much one is suffering. I've been suffering all those pain and emotion, and naturally, I want to share this to everyone. Every one of us, I believe, it's a personal opinion, you might all differ, every one of us have devils in us, and I felt I needed to challenge myself. And that's the reason why when I sought the opportunity, I wanted to go to the place and I wanted to challenge myself And ultimately, I conclude, having lived here for 30 years of my life, Newcastle is a safe place. Not every terrorist, not every racist, not every rapist represent a colour, a religion, a culture, or carry a number of issues. They are just perpetrators of horrendous crimes, and I feel scared, because when your children start asking you questions and you just don't have answers. My son, youngest one, Tamim, second son, some of you might have come across him, he asks a lot of questions. I'm damn proud of him. And it was the birth of Tamim that really kept me going. And my mum, when I posed her the question, and one of the reasons why I had to leave Wallsend was discovering the very people that I'm helping with, I'm working with, I came across the murderers of my father. And how was I to... I haven't got words to express the emotion, the feelings that I was going through, and those were painful periods. But then I looked at my son, my second son who arrived in this world. He was my inspiration, and my mum, when I went and shared the information to my mum, I had to disclose to someone, and she said she had already forgotten and forgiven the persons or individuals who have taken away the love of her life. She was barely on her late 30s, having to raise all those children all by herself. Now, I know as a victim, I'm still suffering, because when I see my friend, my colleagues, not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, a female friend of mine who was assaulted verbally. This is not the last thing anybody wanted. These are issues, serious issues that's going on everywhere. Now, I am not going to blame any particular communities. Racism exists in every wards. It's what we do, it's how we do, what we can do. And as a victim, Council, Lord Mayor, what I'm saying to you is Newcastle is a safe city. It can be made a safer and better city, but we all have a duty. And I feel it's a statutory duty that each and every one of us have to ensure victims, people aren't suffering and there aren't any victims. Thank you, Lord Mayor.